Hi, Pulkit sir.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So, Mars, can you give him the presentation rights?
Yeah, hi Mark. Hi Pulkit sir.
Hi.
Okay, so good evening everyone.
I think I'll just see if I can.
Pulkit sir, I'm starting with the introduction.
Oh, okay. I can, yeah.
Okay. Good evening each and everyone. My name is Maz Multani and I'm serving as Zonal President Zone 2 for NASA India. And I'm the point of contact for the Seoul Korea program. And we have with us today Pulkit sir and Mark sir from Happy Miles because we have Happy Miles as a collaborator for our program. So we'll have a session for Seoul, and they will be explaining us regarding the Korea program, each and everything. And after the presentation gets over, we'll be opening it for you guys for the question and answer sessions. So yeah, over to you, Pulkit sir.
Pulkit, you can start. We can start with the presentation. Good evening, everybody. This is just to inform that we will take you. Pulkit, just 1 second, mute.
Yeah, sure.
We will take you through the entire itinerary for 8 days. We will tell you what exactly is your program. You can ask all your doubts in terms of how we are going to do visa and what is included, what is not. So we'll be covering everything. And just today, we've got some exciting news that there is a massive discount for flights from two hubs. So we'll be also covering that because of the travel dates, and there is some change by the UDF charges from the airline. So we'll also cover up the flight part and everything. So please stay tuned. We'll try to make it as quick as possible. Yeah, over to you, sir.
Okay, let me share the presentation. You can see my screen, right? Am I audible?
Yes, Pulkit.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. And I'm very excited that we all are here uh, to visit the city Seoul. I hope you might have seen K-pop dramas and other things related to architecture, art. It's a beautiful city. It imbibed all the forms of art beautifully, and it blend together with the traditional and modern values. Let's take very first question, which is why visiting Seoul is a best choice for an architecture student, being a very good case study for many of these academic curriculums. So today, I'm really excited to share some interesting facts about Seoul. So Seoul Understanding Seoul is all about how architecture shaped in Seoul and how it changed the skyline of the Seoul city. From the ancient times, Seoul has been the capital of Korea. We all know about it. And it housed beautiful royal palaces showcasing traditional Korean architectural elegance and harmony with nature. After Korean War, there was a lot of devastation and a lot of urban transformation which happened in the city of Seoul. That is why it rise to the modernist architecture in Seoul and rebuilt itself from the ashes. So, if you see the city Seoul, it actually houses historical architecture, heritage sites, museums, educational sites, modern architecture, and skyscrapers, because it actually opened many pioneering architects who have come and designed and developed these sites in Seoul. Very creative and cultural spaces, whether it is a space for an artist or an artisan. You can see it housed very beautifully. urban planning and green spaces and activities and a lot of entertainment where you can actually visit to places which is in between these arenas. So that is why Seoul, being a city, it's a very good example and a case study for an architecture student to understand these Western architectural styles and which transform the city skyline. And Seoul architecture is a beautiful blend of old and new. You can see traditional Hanok, that is Korean houses, which coexist with these ultra modern skylines. So when we crafted this itinerary for you, we had a very good aim and a focus in hand that from a student who is in first year to fifth year, it actually showcased a fascinating blend of innovative structures to traditional arenas, and it eventually helped the students likewise. So the entire itinerary is crafted on the basis of innovative urban regenerated projects that we have shortlisted for you. You will be visiting these projects, which is a great example of the city life. State of the art designs, which is cutting edge designs, advanced building techniques and construction techniques that you can look. It also houses many architectural landmarks, which is designed by mining architects like Mario Botta, Rem Koolhaas, David Chipperfield, Tadao Ando, Zaha Hadid, and we will be visiting most of these structures in Seoul. And also we have certain sessions which is crafted for the architecture students where you can meet the local architects there, and it will be an interactive session with the architect. And later, we also have the university collaboration, in which it is more about a student exchange session that we will be doing with the university. So we have one thing in focus, that we need to understand this human body, that they have a concept and ideology in making these postmodernism machines. Sustainable transportation systems, the entire city is based on these artificial intelligence and how they are using these into transportation systems. We will be understanding that part. Emerging trends in architecture, that is advanced building material and technology and energy efficient technologies. So this will be the focus of the entire itinerary. And we have already mentioned in the itinerary that it will be like a cross-cultural exchange program. This is what we have done in the month of January in 2024, where students visited these exhibitions, which is the work of students from 14 universities, Seoul universities, and there was an interactive session with them, understanding the emerging trends of architecture. You will meet the masters. When we say masters, they've been practicing there in Seoul, and it was a very interactive session with these esteemed architects on symbolism and architecture. We will be taking you to the catalysts, or what I call these catalysts, which is designed by these acclaimed architects. This is the Liam Museum that we visited, which has been designed by Mario Botta, Rem Koolhaas, and Jean Nouvel all together in one place. And students were very fortunate to see such structures. Also, there will be interactive sessions with the university where we will talk about the global perspective on architecture and emerging trends. You will get to meet the students, meet the teachers, and you'll understand these architecture philosophies in their teaching methods and ours. So the entire timeline is set based on these projects, which is urban renewable and urban regeneration projects, because these projects are well-known, innovative urban planning projects, which talks about the city life. The very first day, we will be visiting to National Aviation Museum, and later a very beautiful regeneration projects that is Cheonggae Plaza, which is an overpass, old highway, and turn into a vibrant public space. And Solo 7017, which is a pedestrian park which connects the city. So these are the regeneration projects we are actually starting on day one, and then there'll be a self exploration time in most of the market areas. Second day, we have a focus on state of the art architecture, and we will be meeting the architect, and there'll be an architecture session based on symbolism in architecture. There was a discussion. There will be a discussion, and we will visit to these places with an architect who have designed that structure. And in the evening, we will be visiting to Eva University, which is designed by renowned architect Dominique. Third day is more about energy efficient design. When we talk about energy efficiency in design, and David Chipperfield is one of the renowned architect, and we will be visiting to Amore Pacific, which is a LEED Gold certification building, and we will understand how the volume of a space can matters, and how openness changes with change to the space and activity. Later, we will be visiting to traditional architectural museums like National Museum of Korea, War Memorial, and in the evening, Floating Island. So these are some of the spaces. You can actually see the volume of it. This is Amore Pacific Museum of Arts, which is designed by David Chipperfield. Eva University, a whole new level of understanding of a site and how the entire site is being developed into a university like this. So we will be talking to the designers there on site, and there'll be a curative walk. We will also be visiting to the Seoul Hall of Urbanism and Architecture, which is a platform for all the faculties, professors of universities, students, and the professionals. They come together on a common ground to discuss the emerging trends in architecture. And these are some of the glimpse what we have when we visited in the month of Jan. These are the floating islands. I guess the very first technology of floating islands architecture that has been designed in the city of Seoul. Terra, Viva, and Vista, the church, and there'll be a session on this with the architect who have designed it. We have done a beautiful session on symbolism and architecture. National Museum of Korea. So these were the very first, second, and third day. And then fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh is more about these museum spaces and architecture that evolved from a study oriented based on the community and the neighborhood. The very first, on fourth day, we will be visiting to Lim Museum, which is designed by OMA, Mario Botta, and Jean Nouvel. And the focus will be on the projects that promotes biodiversity, conservation, and environmental awareness. On fifth day, it is more about cultural catalyst. And one very important structure, which is designed by architect Zaha Hadid, DDP, we will be visiting there and understanding the entire planning of that city, which is in blend with the traditional ways. Sixth day is all about futuristic architecture, where we will take you to the observation deck of Lotte World Tower, which is the sixth tallest tower, and the mall, which is the COEX Mall Library. And on the seventh day, we will be visiting a university, and it will be with the faculty and the student session on the perspective of architecture. So these are some of the glimpses that from Liam Museum of Art, the Clone One and Only Tower, the DDP designed by Zaha Hadid, the university visit. So this is what the entire itinerary is like. And along with this, we will be going to places which is more towards the cultural parts of the city, whether it is about the Korean food and the markets. We will all cover every day. There'll be a hard stop to these visits, and we will take you to understand the lifestyle, the food. We will meet people in the evenings, and the entire itinerary is being crafted like that. And I guess with this is the entire timeline of the itinerary. I guess, Mark, if you can help me out with this tourist visa documentation here.
Yes. Before that, Pulkit, do we have the inclusions tab on that? Probably you can mirror the itinerary, right?
Yes, yes. Just a second.
So, guys, the visa for Korea is not crucial. It is not that the very rare possibility of any cancellation or any rejection. So, the process will be completely taken care by us. For whatever hub you are in, we will. Pulkit, you can mute unmute. Yeah. So whatever hubs you're in all of India, we have our own. We will have our setup who will, the organizers who will connect with you and take your documents. A very simple documentation process, not like Europe or any other country. So visa is not a problem. Within 7 working days, we can get the visa sorted. We'll take the questions before once before when I just want to clarify about the inclusion exclusion very clearly in the itinerary. You can zoom it, Pulkit. Yeah. So the 99,000 that we have shared here, think Pulkit, you'll have to go on top. I think it's zoomed too much. 1 second. Yeah. So the clear understanding about this is that the 99,000 that we've given here uh, includes the accommodation, your breakfast on all days, your transportation, your entry charges, your all your travel thing, or your TCS, GST, all taxes, interaction with the architect. There is no additional things that additional charges that have to be paid apart from the only two charges that we have, which is the visa cost, which is given approximately here. I think now the visa cost is reduced also. So we will update you once you get an email tomorrow with all the from NASA. You'll get an email with respect to the final visa cost and flight cost. So that is the only amount that is additional. And we can go back to that slide, Pulkit. The has you can the current slide updated with the flight cost also. If not, I can just give them a ballpark figure. So Mars, we will be once we finish all the take all the questions, we'll have more data in terms of what we need to send them an email tomorrow. So flights right now, guys, that we've got an update from the airlines. There are two airlines, which is one is from Bombay and one is from Delhi. All inclusive, we are getting just for 45,000, somewhere between 43 and 45,000, and 6,000 will be your visa cost. So somewhere around 50,000 more, and ideally your entire trip cost will be around 1.5 lakhs, all inclusive. So this is the only for the first cohort. For we are not sure if we'll be doing the second cohort because we have only maximum seat capacity of uh, 37 to 40 kids. We've got more than 150 people who are interested. So the first cohort is given, dates are fixed by NASA, which is 12th to 19th, and we will be closing the registrations for the first cohort. We are not sure if the second cohort will happen. That NASA India will decide, but that the first cohort will be decided closed by Saturday this week. So what you have to do and how you have to do, you'll get an email from the zonal president tomorrow by afternoon, because we'll give the detail of the flight details, flight number, the rate for the visa, additional cost. But just giving you a ballpark idea, all inclusive with all taxes is going to be 1.5 lakhs. You don't have to pay the entire amount together. It will be collected in two installments. You will get time to pay around 20 days to 1 month time, 25 days gap between two installments. You can pay this in two installments. Tourist visa documentation is very clear. Our team will help you individually. You can call up, and based on whatever zone you are in, north, east, west, south, you will get a representative, a relationship manager who will help you with all the documentation over the call. And just a photograph, passport, and the balance in your saving account, which is not you, uh, any of your family members who are trying to sponsor your document, can be 70,000. You can also have it. So 70,000 closing balance, income tax returns, which is there. So all the documents that are there, we will streamline this. There is no minor. So if there is minor, we'll need some more documentation of notary and all that. If anybody is less than 18 years old. So like again, I'm repeating that there is no issue for visa. 100% you will get the visa. If you do not get the visa, then Happy Miles will ensure that you get a refund. So we will ensure that you get a visa for sure for Korea. And let me be again clear with this, because this is I hope the meeting is getting recorded, Maz. I'm not sure. So tomorrow afternoon by second half, you will get an email with in terms of the price deal that we've got for two sectors. From Bangalore, it is expensive. Around 60,000 is the flight. So from Bangalore, we've got an expensive rate from the airline. But from Bombay and Delhi, we've got a very good price, 43 to 45,000 average. So that makes an entire. So this particular itinerary, we were thinking about 170, but it's because of the cheaper flight cost, it's going to 1.5. All right. So we can start the question. Pulkit, you have anything to cover in terms of the learning outcome or the product?
Again, we can start with the question if they have.
Sure.
Yeah.
Students, I think one of you raised your hand. You can also type your questions in the message comment section so that we can read and answer your questions. Zone 3 President, you had raised your hand. If you have any questions, you can unmute and ask us.
Guys, we are open for question and answers.
Yeah. Amia, you can, yeah, please go ahead.
I had a doubt regarding when the visa applications would be starting. Uh, by when can we expect the documentations and all to start?
So the documentation will happen by first week of June. So somewhere around between 7 to 10 June. And this is an individual. So for example, if we have 10 kids from Delhi and 5 from Bombay, 5 from Gujarat, it will be done as a cohort size. So one person will connect and then probably talk to all of the students, and they'll collect the documents from you. So you can look at if anybody who does not have a passport must have a passport by 10th of June. But if there is any delay because of like not getting slots and all, we can still, I mean, by case to case basis, we can decide. But the process will start by 10th. By let's say in the next 10 days or something, like end of June, everybody should have their passport back. So they should get their visas. Usually, we have a rule of 2 weeks, so 15 days before departure, everybody must get their visas.
So the flight bookings will be done before the visa is issued.
Yes, definitely. Because here there's no problem of rejection or not getting the visa. So if you delay the flight bookings, the rates will increase. Like I just mentioned in my previous comment that the Bangalore flight is 65,000, 60,000, and Delhi flight is 43,000, a difference of 20,000. And if we delay more, the rates for the flights might increase.
Okay, thank you.
Hi. So I wanted to ask, basically, if we are going to apply for our visas in the next 10 days, so we'll need the flights before that, right? So like the PDF said that return tickets are not included. So like, will we have to get those done also before the visa, right? So like,
Yes. So Manya,
how?
we are on 21st. We have 20 days for 10th of June. Okay. So we have 20 days in hand. By Saturday, we'll be closing the first cohort. And like I said, the flight is not included. That is, if you're from Delhi or if you choose to join the group from Delhi or Bombay, we can give you the subsidized flight, which is 43,000. You can join the group. That flight ticket, yes, has to be done before we apply for the visa. Most probably, the first thing that we'll be doing is booking the flight ticket only. So when we close the registration on Saturday, within a week's time, flight will be booked. But everybody has a choice to book their own flight too. But then, since we are doing the visa for everybody, it'll get easy if we have the tickets with us for matching the data and applying for the visa.
So the flight that you're talking about, 45,000 from Delhi, it's round trip?
Round trip, yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so let me again tell you guys, this is only for people who are looking to travel from Bombay or Delhi. The South Indian segments, Delhi, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Bangalore, the rates are very high. So if they are okay to come to Bombay and join the group, that's also fine. A round trip that we are proposing right now looks like somewhere around 1.5, inclusive everything. All right. Just to cover an additional thing, if people want to know, in Korea, what is the average cost of a meal? So anywhere between $10, $7, $8 could be a nice light meal, or if you want an elaborate meal, that could be anywhere between $12 to $15. So if you see about 8 days, what is the additional expenditure? Let's say if you take about $25 a day, so it's about $200 more. So about 15,000 more, and then obviously the additional charges if you want to do any shopping and all of that. So just to give you a rough idea. Then we have I'm yet to register. I can do this week. Yes. So registrations will be closing. So when I say registrations, that means tomorrow you are going to get a link with the details to make the first installment. So that installment will be closed on Saturday for the first cohort. So if the students are still pending, like I said, we can take 37. Then we can, you'll have to wait for the next cohort, which NASA will decide if they are doing it now or later in coming months. So first cohort is happening for sure. And since we have almost 150 plus interested participants, we will definitely be doing the first 37 people. We'll be closing that round on Saturday. Correct, Mas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I am so Pramod's question. What if getting passport delays more than the time given 10 June? Yes. So Pramod, if you want to do the passport in Tatkal and all that, you can connect with one of us. We will have a separate orientation for passport. Once the registration is done with the confirmed cohort size who are students who are traveling, so we'll be doing a passport presentation for visa, and in that we will cover up all these topics. If somebody needs help for example, you need 5 more days, 10 more days, we can take that up separately. But uh, Korea needs about 7 to 10 days working days to process the visa. So we have to ensure that the entire visa process is concluded before 20th of June. When I say conclude, that means you get your passport back. So if one or two cases are there, we are using NASA's letter, since you're traveling with NASA, we can request the Korean embassies who give us some leeway to submit your passport 1 to 5 days in here and there. If you book flight on own, will you be helping us with the visa, or do we have to do the visa on our own? We can help you with visa, even if you book your flights on your own. There is no problem. The only issue is that we will have to coordinate with you. The whole reason that we were looking at booking the flight is as a group travel, because if all the group travels together, we've had the experience earlier that some flight gets delayed, and once three kids are not able to join, they are joining 7 hours late, they are joining one day before, one day later, so the program is affected. So if everybody is, most of the group, it's not, so if you are in Kolkata or if you are in Siliguri or Nepal or some location which is far where you cannot join, that's okay. But if you are from the hubs that we are talking about, it will get very easy for us so that you land together and the itinerary is managed well. But yes, you can do the flights on your own also, and we'll help you for the visa. Any other questions? Yes.
Yeah, hi, sir. So actually, I have a doubt regarding the flights again. I mean, it's
Yeah.
clearly mentioned in the mail saying that the onward flights are included in the 99,000, and the return we'll have to it's excluded, right? So the 45,000 you talked about right now for Bombay and Delhi. So is
Which
that
email are you at? Which email are you talking about?
we received an email from from NASA regarding the Seoul trip. So I'm talking about that.
Yeah, Mars, you can take that up because the flights in the program that we have shared, there's an attachment with the PDF, which is very clear that it is a land cost, and we did not include the flight cost because the students travel for NASA program across India, so we don't know who will travel from where, and
Yeah,
hence the flight
right,
is not.
sir. So, mentioning about the email, it was clearly mentioned in the email that return flights. Okay, so basically, return flights means both the flights, the two-way flights. Okay, so in the itinerary in the brochure also, it's return flights. So that is the same word we have used in the mail also.
Okay, okay, sorry. So there is, what does a return flight mean? Return flight means a two-way, to and fro flight. So that is how in the travel terminology, it doesn't mean return flight. That means you reach there and we'll only get you back. It's not like that. So return flight means both way flight ticket. If it was only one way flight, it would have written it. They would have written one way flight ticket. But return flight meaning going and coming back.
All right, my bad then. So 99,000 without the flight charges. So that's the final thing, right?
Yes. So
All right.
without the flight and visa charges, like I just said, and if you decide to travel from these two hubs, which is Bombay and Delhi, around 43 plus 6, so somewhere around 147, 150 is the average price, all inclusive with GST and all that.
All right,
So
got it, sir.
that
Thank you.
that email NASA is going to send you tomorrow itself. We'll share it with them first half. By tomorrow evening, you'll get an email for people who are interested. Whoever probably Mars will explain you how that works. Uh, so you'll get an email with all
So
the details.
for the email would be sent to your unit secretaries, and we'll tell all the USECs to share it with the students also. And I'll be sharing a link just now after the meeting about the WhatsApp group. If you are really interested for the program, then you have to join the group. I hope half of them are already in the group, and those who are still interested and not joined the group, then they can join it.
Pramod, you're saying whom do I contact about passport and how do I do it? I was not given proper contact infos. I do not have. You don't have a passport, is what you're saying? Nandini, I'll take your question first. You say I don't have a passport, right? Which city are you from? Puram Shetty Nandini, you there or you left the call?
No, not there.
All right, no worries. So Pramod, which city are you from? Hyderabad. So Pramod, you want to make the passport? I mean, you want to apply for a passport, or you're asking about the visa process? Pramod, you'll have to look at a local agency. You can very well find in Hyderabad. You can apply for Tatkal. It is not too expensive, around 3,000 something. You can go and apply for Tatkal on the website also for the passport, and you can apply the passport. So once you get the passport, we can help you.
Sir,
Anyone else? Yes.
I have a
Lekha.
question.
Yes, Lekha.
What if it delays more than June 10th, sir? Because we are now only going to start to apply the passport.
Yeah, so Lekha, I covered that. So, like I said, June 10th is the targeted date for us to apply for the passport. Like we already have almost 15 working days. It is very easy for you to get even the normal passport. But I would request everybody to just pay up 1500 extra, 2000 extra, and get Tatkal applications. Tatkal passports come within 3 to 4 working days. So you will have the passport before 10th of June.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
Sir, if you're applying for a Tatkal passport, will we be going ahead with the same group of people, like following the same timeline as them?
Yes, yes. So like I said, for example, 10 of you in the first cohort are not able to get the passport for any reason. We will obviously be following up to check if you've done this and all, because we do not want to delay the entire group. So the first batch for visa will go, and the second batch probably in the next 3 4 days maximum to be applied by 15th of June. So 15th June will be the last date for sure that we'll apply for the visa.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions?
Any other questions regarding visa? And Pulkit sir, there are some students who are very religiously, waiting back. So, can you just give your experience? Being a vegetarian, so I'm sure a lot of vegetarian students are here. So,
Yeah, yeah. First of all, food is amazing in Korea. Only thing is there is a price difference in Indian food and the Korean food. Indian food is expensive there, but you will get amazing vegan restaurants. I mean, I am also fond of eating out. Amazing, you'll get amazing vegan restaurants with a very reasonable price. Also, Koreans have a very good delicacies that you can try. So food is not a problem. Um and we always
so
take,
anybody who's a vegetarian or a Jain,
yeah,
vegetarian, a pure vegetarian, will not have a problem with the in terms of food.
not a problem.
There's
I'm
amazing
also a
stuff.
pure vegetarian. I found very good vegan restaurants there, so there is not a problem with the food.
Yeah. Anything else?
Fine. I assume that there are no more questions, and you can conclude the session now, Mark.
What
Sure.
about the stay? There's one question with
Yeah.
from Pallavi. What about the stay?
Yeah, Pallavi, we have shared the detailed itinerary. I think the attachment that you must have received from NASA that has the details of the hotel. It will be a three-star deluxe or 4-star hotel. The name of the hotel will be shared with once we get the final group number. The name of the hotel will be shared, but NASA will know the details of the hotels. They will also share with you. So hotel accommodation and I said in terms of the inclusion, everything is mentioned in the brochure that we shared. And do you anything specifically? Are you asking? Are you asking anything about what type of hotel or what is your question? What about the stay? I mean, so 99,000 includes the stay also. If at all you had any confusion with that, it's an entire land package inclusive of breakfast. Pulkit sir, if breakfast, if you can emphasize, we just came from Korea, so okay, Pallavi. So yes, a hotel stay with breakfast is included, and we'll be sharing the name of the hotel as soon as the cohort is decided. It is going to be a 4-star or a 3-star deluxe hotel, and as soon as the final number is closed and we close up with the registration, we will send an email to the participants with all the details. All right. Any other questions? Thank you so much, Pallavi. And students, like we said, tomorrow afternoon, Maz, if there is any possibility of you to take a poll on your WhatsApp group tonight to ask them, the interested participants, and where they are from. So if you can just create a poll on WhatsApp, just a general idea. So, and send us a screenshot, we'll get a very good idea and we can try to talk to the airline tomorrow morning and we'll give you a good price with the flight details and all that. So you
Yeah,
can do
fine,
the,
sir.
yeah, you can do it tonight, late night, and let us get an idea for the first cohort. We will try to give them all the details by tomorrow.
You can do it, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mas.
Yeah, sir, if you could stay for.
Sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Also, students, I am sharing the WhatsApp link, and if you have not yet joined the WhatsApp group, you can join it now. Also, I'm sharing my number here. If you have any doubts regarding the program, you can contact me. Guys, we are done with the session. If you want to leave, you guys can leave.